know why you clicked on this video. You trying to see if that poo-poo in that picture is really real. It wasn't like a regular poo. It was gonna be like What's going on, guys? It's your girl Kat, and I am back with another YouTube video. Before we get into anything, if you like my content, I know a lot of you do and a lot of you already have, but make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on those reminders so that you can hear the chime when I upload a new video. So you saw the thumbnail, you see the title of this video, and that's right, this beautiful lady is on here right now to talk about poo-poo and VSG. So no, this is not real poo. Does it look like it? Absolutely. It is plastic, okay? That would have been a good thumbnail, huh? But I wanted to do this video because nobody else really talks about it. I mean, many of us kind of talk about it in passing a little bit. Or we talk about it like here and there when it comes up. But the truth of the matter is, your poo-poo, your number two, doo-doo, whatever you want to call it, it absolutely is affected by this procedure and the new lifestyle of eating healthier and being more physically fit, and this does change. So let's get into it. So the first thing I kind of want to draw your attention to is the fact that many of us, when we were overweight, if you're still overweight, one thing you can notice about your poo that you never really thought to notice about is how much and how big your poos are, okay? I, for one, do not like the word dookie. I think of like mushy, fresh animal poop when they say dookie, and I think of it in somebody's shoe, so I never use that word. Trying to not cuss, so I don't use the S word. Poop is okay, fine, whatever. Number two is really what I wish everybody would go by, but I'm gonna call it poo for the sake of my sanity. Now, when I was bigger, I was eating more, so that means that I wasn't going to the bathroom like, you know, an infant. I was going like normal, regular people. The problem was that sometimes when I wasn't getting enough fiber in my diet, maybe I was consuming too much iron because I am anemic. I would be constipated at times. If you're not hydrating yourself, one of the areas that are affected is your colon. And it makes it harder for the poo to pass through. It makes your body work harder. And so post-surgery, I noticed that my poos maybe were about, that's it, you know, if this like I said, this is a prop that I used for a prank video that me and my family did a couple of months ago. But one thing I want to kind of show you is, if you look at this right here, it's kind of like a skinny turd that's wrapped around. It's fake, you guys, but that's about the size of my poos now because I'm eating less. So I know some of you are like, well, why are you telling us that, Kat? Well, because I'm eating less, I'm eating more fiber, more healthy foods, I'm drinking way more water, it's easier for me to use the restroom. I don't think I've been constipated in 2 years. You know, my surgery date is going to be next month, and that's one of the things I just don't deal with anymore. I do not deal with constipation. The other thing about poo post-surgery is that you gotta be careful about what you eat. Now, many of you have heard of dumping syndrome, and if you haven't, you'll definitely hear stories from some sleevers about our experience with dumping. So dumping is what happens when you've had VSG surgery and you consume a food that's high in sugar, saturated fat, or just super processed, and your body's like, no. And you consume it and eat it, and within minutes, probably, your body is flushing it out, which means anything that's in there, it is dumping it. I've heard of stories of people pooing on themselves. I've heard of other stories of people having to run to the bathroom at a restaurant and, you know, exploding the toilet. I haven't experienced that. I have experienced dumping at home. I have experienced, actually, I have had an incident one time where something really bad happened in the car. But that had nothing to do with dumping. I thought it was a fart, and it wasn't. Yeah. So, but that's neither here nor there. When you have this surgery, you have to be aware of the things that you cannot eat. And if you want to ignore those signs, and if you don't want to worry about it and say, I'm going to eat what I want to eat, well, baby, you go right on ahead and do that. I, for one, listen to my body. Oftentimes, people around me will hear me say, I can't have that. It has too much sugar. Now, some people take that as, oh, she has diabetes or she's diabetic. No, I am trying to boo-boo, okay, publicly. In fact, I'm very particular about that because I know that my eating habits are different and my body will respond to new foods differently. I have poopery. Poopery is something you could spray in the toilet that will mask the scent of pooping if you have to poop in public. I bring Lysol, the spray. I have Lysol hand wipes. I have oil, scented oil. I have a lilac oil I carry with me. Like, if I have to go, I need to be comfortable and I don't want to be nasty about it. Let me just say that. So please be aware, if you've had this surgery, if you're thinking about this surgery, one way your poo is affected is you will be going to the bathroom. Now, there are some people who can eat whatever they want to, and they're like, I've never had dumping. That's great, girl, go ahead. I actually, for one, am grateful for it because it does keep me on track. One of the things about this lifestyle is that you gotta have a little bit more than just, oh, willpower. If I had amazing willpower, I wouldn't have needed the surgery in the first place to help kickstart this new lifestyle of mine. And I want to emphasize that for everybody watching. The surgery did it kickstart it, but there's a whole lot of work that came after it. The dumping syndrome helps remind me, like, if you do this, this is gonna happen. Sometimes when you have a bad eating habit, just willpower alone is not enough because you're instantly gratified with the food and the pounds will come later. Whereas with the dumping syndrome, you got about 30 seconds before you're gonna realize, what have I done? Another thing about your poo is that most of us, well, many of us, let me say that, many of us have had our gallbladder removed, and that does affect your digestive system and your poo and all that other stuff. So for some people, when your gallbladder is removed, and once it's removed, it will change the color and the smell of your poo. Now, I'll be honest with you. Since I've had the surgery, my farts smell worse. Just being honest. In fact, I fart maybe like triple what I was... Sorry. I fart triple what I was farting pre-surgery. I'm being honest with y'all because I don't know who else is telling you this, but I'm going to tell you. So please be aware that your body will change in some way. If you add another change, which was the fact that I had to have my gallbladder removed. I had gallstones. It hit me really painful one night at a conference way out away from my house. I thought I got shot. Like, that's how painful it was. I had to have it removed. So that did change the texture, the color, and the smell of my bowel movements. So that's another reason why I'm very aware of what I can and can't eat. On a healthy note, I do eat more salads, but I have to be very careful of eating vinaigrettes because they have oil in them. I remember one time it was my son's graduation from kindergarten and we all went out and everybody went to In-N-Out and I went and got a salad, okay, because I'm eating healthy. I got this new body and this new lifestyle and I'm gonna make sure blah, blah, blah. Man, I went and ate that salad like maybe 5 minutes after that vinaigrette went through me so quick. And I just was too embarrassed to go at In-N-Out poo, basically, because I knew it was dumping poo. It wasn't like a regular poo. It was gonna be like, and I just was really embarrassed about that possibly being my reality. So I hopped in the car and I raced home. I lived about maybe 6 miles, which is not a lot when you don't have to poo, but it's a lot when you have to poo. Got home and I couldn't be more happier to be on the toilet. So I say all that to say it's not always about a lot of fatty foods or bad food. Sometimes really great foods that are healthier for you cannot be so good. It's the same thing with pressed juices, juices that are like made with a juicer. Kombucha, all that stuff is great, but you just got to be aware of how it's going to affect your body. Finally, I'm going to talk about I say this for the end. If you're queasy, easy on the stomach, whatever, I'm gonna just turn the video off. So here lately, for the last almost 2 years, my poo is super soft. Like I said, because I'm eating better foods, high in fiber, protein, drinking more water, I don't have constipation as an issue. As a result, my poo is very soft. It's very soft. Like, the only time it's not soft is if I eat a high amount of cheese, like a lot of cheese, it'll firm up a little bit. But even then, like, I'm not straining, I'm not hurting to get it out, none of that stuff. With it being soft, okay, I gave you the warning, wiping has become something that is a process. Now, when your poo is more solid and you wipe and it's like a clean wipe, and you wipe again, I always do a second wipe, like to make sure it was really clean, I didn't miss anything. You know, when it's firmer, you're good to go. Now, post-surgery, I noticed that my poos are softer. I carry wipes with me because, one, wiping with that toilet paper will make it really sensitive down there. Two, I don't want no, you know, forgive me, shitty thongs or drawers for that matter. So I take my time and clean myself so that I don't have that as an issue. Now, with my poo being soft, if I can be honest with you, as ladies, we have hair, right? Now, hopefully somebody told you this. You should not be wiping from back to front. That's extremely dirty and unsanitary and can cause a lot of infections, including UTI. So hopefully you know that. If you don't, it's okay, because I know that everybody was raised the same way. So girlfriend, start practicing wipe from front to back, okay? Also, you should not be pushing. So even if you wipe front to back and you start in the front, my advice is don't push, pull, okay? Anyway, but then that's your business, girl, okay? Because it's softer and it takes more time for me to clean up, I am pretty much bare down there. Now, if this was YouTube XXX edition, I would rip off everything, spread eagle, and show you like, look, girl, so this is what I do. But they're not paying me enough for that. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. But I pretty much am bare down there. Now, for me, I'm just gonna put a little bit of my business out there. I have been nairing since college. What I mean by that is nair, beat, whatever hair removal you wanna use, I use it in my lady parts. I am very, very sensitive to pain. I don't even get my eyebrows waxed. I actually use a little razor, do them myself, and then, you know, fill them in. So I'm not getting no Brazilian nothing, okay? Wax, Brazilian, whatever it's called, bikini, whatever, wax. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. I'm not cut out for that type of pain, okay? And I have children vaginally, 2 of them. I'm not cut out for that type of pain, okay? I nair for a couple reasons. One, it's hot. It's hot, okay? I'm not out here wearing bikinis yet. I haven't had my tummy tuck yet, which I do plan on getting. But it's hot out here, so I don't need all that extra sweat in here. Number 2, for my poos, because they're soft, I don't want all of that getting stuck in any hair that might be down there. You know, we have our, and let's not pretend like we don't have hair growing back toward the cheeks. Can we just be honest for a second? And if you don't, well, wow, okay, girlfriend, because I'm not a hairy lady, but I do have hair. Like, I maybe shave my legs once every 2 months. Like my legs on my, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see. That's my leg. You know, I don't have a lot of hair. That's like 2 months worth. I nair so that when I clean myself, it's easier and it's quicker. So that's something you may want to think about. If you are used to the pain and you're like, oh, I get waxed all the time, it's nothing, go right on ahead, girlfriend. But my husband and I, we just don't do, we ain't, listen, I don't want all that hair on me, okay? And you can nair with, I use food serving gloves so it doesn't get all over your hand and you have to wash it off hard, and a mirror. If he's home, I just have him nair me. It's great intimacy routine. But yeah, I'm just on the bed and put it on and wait 4 or 5 minutes and then go rinse it off, and I'm clean and smooth. It feels free, it feels good. Think about it. And because I've been doing it since college, it doesn't grow back as thick, so it's really easy. I don't use razors because to me that's too long, it takes too much, and I don't want razor bumps, so it works for me. Now, if you're gonna do this, make sure you read the instructions. Don't leave it on longer than you're supposed to. You will make yourself bleed or burn with the chemical. It is a chemical, so don't leave it on too long. And then put you some cocoa butter down there. If you don't have no cocoa butter, get some coconut oil or something. Just lather it with something thicker and oily so that you can lubricate and move, because you ain't gonna have no hair down there. And the third reason is for when I'm on my period. You know, ladies, how hard it can be sometimes cleaning yourself up and wanting to feel fresh after every time you change a tampon, a pad, or your Diva Cup. And I use that. And if you want to know what a Diva Cup is, head over to my Instagram page, click on IGTV. I have a 10-minute video showing you what a Diva Cup is and reviewing how it works. Go check that out. So that's why I nair. I nair for personal reasons, cleanliness, and so VSG and poo was also another reason why I continue to nair and keep myself clean down there. And also sexual purposes, I'm gonna just be real, like, it feel better, okay? You can feel a whole lot. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Drop it down in the comment section. How has your poo changed? I know this is not really like a popular topic, but I think that it's something that needs to be talked about. I just wanted to create the space for that. So any questions, you can always hit me up via email, DM, down here on the YouTube question box, comment. It's getting toward the end of the video and it's hot. More videos coming at you this summer. Like I said, mother has been busy, been tired, been a little sick, a little down, but I'm feeling better. I'm back at it again. Life with Cat, episode, I don't know, I've done a lot of videos. So anyway, hopefully y'all have a good week and I will see y'all on my live. Peace.